Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another StarCraft 2 replay casted by myself. This is a 1 vs 1 between ONEostojiy and SixjaxMajor. And if you somehow stumbled upon this game before seeing any previous games, I'm going to put a link at the bottom so you're not spoiled. That leads to the first game of this series because this was a series of games. So again, go ahead and click that link if you're stumbling across this game for the first time. Thank you very much. And now that they're gone, we can discuss what's happening. This is the third and final game from MLG Columbus 2011 between these two players in the open winners bracket, round 3. Of course, ONEostojiy, the red Zerg on the left side of Shattered Temple, and on the right side, the blue Terran player, SixjaxMajor. This is it, guys. Whoever wins this game will move on to the next round of MLG Columbus 2011, and whoever loses will get knocked down to the lower bracket. So definitely not... Okay, how should I phrase this? I phrased it well in game 1, but I think I'm changing my phrasing. But anyway, if you get knocked down to the loser's bracket, I mean, it's double elimination. So if you lose here, it's not a big deal. Okay, it is a big deal, but it's not a huge deal. I think that's how I phrased it. So, definitely don't want to lose here, but if you do lose, you still have a chance to get back into the championship bracket of MLG Columbus. Have I been saying Dallas? This is MLG Columbus 2011. Anyway, we do have Ostojiy on the left side making lots of drones, and I would expect him to get another early hatchery at 15 as he has in the past 2 games. Definitely likes that macro play, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if SixjaxMajor went 1 barracks, 1 command center, but as I say that, he is getting a gas, so definitely changing his build up a little bit from his first 2 games. I mean, we saw SixjaxMajor, as we recap the games, we saw him do some incredible multitasking and just never let Ostojiy take a breath. Was absolutely everywhere with Marines, tanks, medevacs, you name it, he had it, and it was everywhere. So Major definitely outplaying Ostojiy in the first game, and then in the second game, Ostojiy not willing to go down 2-0 and decided, hey, I'm going to win this, and definitely won it, and in convincing fashion. Goodness me, I'm excited about this game. But Ostojiy went for really fast 2 base Mutalisk. I mean, 2 base, not too unusual, early 2 base rather, but he got the Mutalisk, like, he got the layer like really fast, and then got that Spire at around like the 8-minute mark on 2 bases. And Major, all of his army was in the middle of the map, and honestly, he couldn't defend it. He lost too many SCVs and could not come back from that. So anyway, I'm super excited to see what happens in this game, and this drone is getting plenty of scouting done. Does see that factory along with the gas, so definitely knows what's going on. We'll have to see if Major decides to cancel it and go for any kind of crazy mind trick games, but Ostojiy should feel safe about this hatchery going up. I mean, if you put down a 15 hatch and your opponent doesn't have 2 or 3 barracks going up, usually you should feel very safe about not receiving any pressure. So Ostojiy definitely feeling good about his decision to go 15 hatch, and perhaps SixjaxMajor is feeling a little bit uneasy because you never want to let an early hatch go unpunished, in my experience, I would say. But we have a Roach Foreign coming down from Ostojiy, so definitely a different strategy from last game. I mean, last game, once again, we saw him go for that early hatchery and then get a layer immediately, and then go for that Spire, and Major just never scattered it out. So really interested to see what happens in this game. We do have only 1 gas down by Ostojiy, but continuing to mine from it, so definitely looking to use that gas in the future. And we do have a command center coming down from SixjaxMajor, so getting a barracks and 2 Hellions, so he's going to do some Hellion harass along with maybe a couple Marines to try to get this expansion down safely, and maybe encourage Ostojiy to make some units rather than just continually pump drones. But as I say that, Ostojiy making roaches immediately, so he will be adequately prepared for this Hellion harass, I would say, if he controls it correctly. But if he gets caught out in the middle of the map with these roaches, these Hellions can just walk right by. No, but these Hellions do not run right by those roaches, and instead, okay, here we go, they do wrap it around and should go to the natural expansion mineral line of ONEostojiy. But look at this, these roaches could do a little bit of damage to SixjaxMajor. Actually, he does have his wall off, so they won't be able to do too much. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And the Italians do come forward. Do they have any kills to their name? No, they don't. 0 and 0, and this SCV is just chilling in the main. So Major definitely being very proactive with his scouting, keeping that SCV very alive. And as I say that, he dies. So much for that. He did get plenty of intel, though. Saw those roaches, so knows what's coming. And this Overlord is giving high ground vision to the tank and these units, so maybe these roaches will be able to do some damage, but this Overlord does have to be careful and not get sniped once these roaches do leave. And okay, so these roaches are going to run out of there. Does he have concussive shells? No, he doesn't. 1 Hellion does get taken out, and These Roaches are running for their lives. One does get taken down, two does get taken down, and I have a feeling that this one will get taken down as well. Running for his life, does not have Roach speed and is not on creep, so very slow indeed. And there it goes, does get eliminated in this one. Roach wonders where his friends went. He wanted to join in on the action, but was late to the party and will unfortunately get killed immediately. But it looks like, did he just get faster? Is Roach speed done? No. It looked like he got a little bit of a stim pack, a boost. Does get a shot off on the command center, but then does get eliminated. And something is being shot at. Oh, his overlord is being shot at. Is getting some scouting information. Does see the two, what am I trying to say? The two factories going up, and nothing, like there's no green sparkly in that tech lab, and usually you'll see that sparkling up when an upgrade is going down. I'll show you that later, but when that is sparkling, that means an upgrade is going down, and since it wasn't sparkling when ONEostojiy was looking at it, that means he knows he's relatively safe from any tanks or blue flame hellions for the time being. So now both these players, it looks like they're very comfortable on their two bases right now, not looking to do any aggression in the near future. Of course, ONEostojiy just lost all of those Roaches, and Major does not have any real timing attacks in the near future, so he'll have to wait for that siege tank tech at least before he decides to push out and do any sort of aggression towards his opponent, ONEostojiy. And I'm just waiting for SixjaxMajor to put down that starport. SixjaxMajor, of course, so amazing with his harassment, and I'm really looking forward to see if he does any drop play this game. It looks like we do have a push coming forward from SixjaxMajor. Looks like he wants to hit right when that blue flame and that siege tech does complete. So ONEostojiy, I wonder if he does catch anyone to this. His Zergling does see that it is coming. How does he react? He does have Zerglings running around, going crazy, trying to alert their friends. He does have two Spine Crawlers up here, but pulling back all of his units. Oh no, all these Zerglings are getting free shots done on them, so SixjaxMajor definitely frying a lot of Zerglings for free there and advancing forward with these units. And Siege Tank is not done yet and actually finishes right now, so he can now siege up. And wow, what perfect time for SixjaxMajor. This is the perfect thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to attack when your siege mode is done, and it looks like he is going to be sieging up a lot, but there's a little bit of a mini counter by ONEostojiy trying to do some damage with these Zerglings. But in the meantime, it looks like these Roaches have decided it's time to try to deal with this, coming forward with the Roaches, but pulling back after eliminating that one siege tank and trying to prevent these Hellions from getting through. But two Hellions do get up and do get eliminated right away, so not able to do much damage there. And I thought they had blue flame. I only saw orange right there. And it looks like ONEostojiy may be able to hold this off. I think he will end up. There is only one tank sieged up to deal with this. So here we go. The Roaches are coming forward, targeting the Marines and the Marauders for the time being, but then we'll then move on to that tank. But that tank is doing so much damage. Look at it, 7 kills to his name. So ONEostojiy definitely in a little bit of trouble here, and Major has decided he has done enough damage and will now retreat back home. And we do have 6 Mutalisks on the way from ONEostojiy, and this tank might get taken out by these Zerglings, but these Marauders are being a little bit pesky, not letting that happen. But as I say that, here we go. ONEostojiy is going to pursue his opponent back to his main, or I should say natural expansion, and will not let them get away. And I expect all these units to be eliminated in the near future. And here we go. The Mutalisks do come in and deal with that. But something that happened there, ONEostojiy did reveal his Mutalisks, so we'll have to see if Major is prepared for that. He does have 2 Thors coming out from SixjaxMajor, along with an engineering bay. Yes, it is an engineering bay, and some Marines coming forward to try to deal with this. Do they have Stim research? No, Stim is not research, so they will not be able to run really fast and inject themselves with any drugs. And oh no, a missed rally from ONEostojiy has to run away with those overlords immediately. Does not want to get those sniped. Did Major see that at all? He did. He sees them running away, so will he try to pursue this? No, his Marines are preoccupied trying to protect from those Mutalisks. And is that starport out yet? No, I do not see a starport, but these Mutalisks are coming forward trying to deal some damage to the bunker. The SCV does kill 2 Marines, and the SCV is building the bunker, but has to be careful about those Thors. Those Thor volleys are so powerful against a clump of Mutalisks, and does take out a couple Mutalisks, so very good harassment from ONEostojiy, and at the same time double expanding, taking his 3rd at the top left and a 4th at the top middle. So both these players definitely playing well right now. It's pretty even right now, 86 to 78 for you. Let's look at the Incon tab. Very even on Harvesters. Of course, the Terran player does have those mules, so you have to count for that a little bit. So maybe Major is ahead a little bit there. But at the same time, remember, these 2 bases are coming up, so we'll have to see if Major decides to put up a 3rd anytime soon to keep up with that economy of his Zerg opponent, sieging up on the high ground and in his natural expansion. So perhaps not looking to push out for the time being, and just waiting to get some more units out. And looks like these Mutalisks are going to try to get some harassment. And look at that! And look at that production tab, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to go through everything that's happened in the Zerg, everything that's happening in the Zerg base. We'd have a Baneling Nest going down about halfway through. We have some melee and carapace going down for the upgrades in the Evo chamber. You have Roach speed going down, and I saw an Infestation Pit logo. There's the Infestation Pit, and the gold rocks are being taken down. So ONEostojiy definitely looking to turn this into a macro game, producing 4 drones along with 10 Zerglings and continuing to poke around with these Zerglings. So yeah, this is definitely turning into quite a macro game here, and I'm still wondering when is Major going to get that command center, that third command center up, and where is he going to put it? I would expect him to get rid of these destructible rocks by now, but he has not done that yet, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And we do have an SCV. He did scout this expansion from ONEostojiy, so there should be a sense of urgency from SixjaxMajor, and as I said, he does decide it is time to move out. He wants to pressure this expansion from Ostojiy, and will he do any counter harassment with any Zerglings or Mutalisks? Let's wait and see on that. He only has one empty bunker over here, so Ostojiy may require all of his units back to defend against this, and I'm pretty sure he's caught in wind of it. Yes, he has. So he is moving his Zerglings, Mutalisks, all of his Zerglings forward to try to deal with this. And something interesting to note, I mean, he is in the middle of getting his hive and getting his pathogen glands complete, so not as many units as he would like, I'm sure, right now, but he's deciding to counter directly in to SixjaxMajor's base and just forgetting about his expansion at the top. He is coming forward with a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Roaches, Mutalisks, and a couple Banelings thrown in here. If he can connect with those SCVs, that would be huge. The Banelings are trying to get forward, but the Roaches are blocking those from connecting. Move your Roaches back. Oh, move your... the Banelings are trying to get forward to explode, but it doesn't even matter. Oh no. Oh no! The Banelings! Oh, they exploded into all those SCVs. I don't think Major even cares. He's just assaulting this fourth from ONEostojiy, so definitely taking that down. But honestly, he lost so many units there. And wow, Ostojiy, I'm not sure who made the right move there. I mean, Ostojiy is doing a lot of harassment, but his fourth was taken down, but at the same time, he still has his third and his natural intact. But as I say that, SixjaxMajor wants none of that to happen, so he is moving forward to try to get rid of those. Could this be a base trade situation? No. Major does lift off his units, and Ostojiy decides to return back home. I'm not sure about this. Here he goes. He has to engage right here. Banelings exploding into the tanks. Not such a good idea, but some more Banelings come forward and do explode into submarines, so it's definitely doing some pretty good damage there. But Ostojiy, does he have enough to deal with this? I'm not sure if he handled that attack correctly. He finds himself... Okay, a mule is coming down to repair that tank. At first I'm like, okay, is that a man or mule? I know SixjaxMajor loves to put down those man or mules when he feels he's won the game, but of course, just repairing that tank, so nothing too much to freak out about there. And looks like Major is going to come forward, and wow, a lot of units coming out from SixjaxMajor, so definitely wants to do a lot of damage here. I mean, and he has to do a lot of damage here because of how much economy he lost. I mean, if we look at the income tab, it's 36 to 27, so definitely behind on that income tab. Lost so many SCVs back at the engagement at his natural expansion, but it looks like Ostojiy just have 3 Broodlords morphing in, so definitely will want to use those to destroy this army. I mean, he has to be really careful about that, and he has to do it pretty fast because he's going to lose his Infestation Pit. He's already lost his natural, he lost his fourth, and he has to make that attack from earlier worth. And here we go, the Broodlords are coming forward, 2 from the north, it looks like 1 from the south. But these Broodlords are unprotected, so the Mutalisks, or the Marines, do get some free shots down on those Broodlords. And here we go, he is assaulting those siege tanks and encouraging Major to get back to his base ASAP. He does not feel he is adequately prepared to deal with all of these units from Ostojiy, and Ostojiy will pursue him. And here we go, he is sieging back up and stimming his Marines forward, trying to focus down these Broodlords. And those Hellions, I thought the Hellions killed those Marines, but actually the Marines were lifted up into those medevacs, and Ostojiy does successfully protect his base to an extent, but not before losing his natural expansion and his fourth. And ladies and gentlemen, that does look like a good stopping point. We are about 19 minutes into this game, which means 15 minutes real time, and I can only make YouTube videos that go up to 15 minutes. So please tune in to part 2 of this game 3. Join me there, and let's just go straight there. Click on that link I put at the bottom, and I'll see you there.